Alright guys, so in this video, we're discussing fear of being wrong and how it's holding you back and delaying your profitability in trading. I will be giving you guys solutions, so stay tuned for that. Number one, no expectations. Just pull the trigger. You guys might think, I don't have any expectations. But when you expect to get profitable, that can leak into your trading day to day. Because you start identifying with losses as you won't become profitable, or today is not the day that you're going to become on your road to profitability, not realizing it's actually what's going to make you profitable. Example, if you go to a gun range, you might try to get like the perfect shot, but you don't feel worried. You don't feel like this sense of fear that's coming in your body, or like this, just everything that, like all these feelings in your body that you never felt before, or you felt in a sense or a state when you were in a survival instinct. But now you're just in the market. It's just like the market's just going up and down, but now you feel like you're being attacked. That's a psychological issue, which we'll talk about in point number 3. But in this case, it's because of the expectation. The expectation is leaking out and is manifesting into your actual day-to-day trading of you expecting to be profitable. The solution is to go demo. So you can take away those feelings, focus strictly on building the habit, clicking the button, setting your stop loss, setting your TP, putting an alert or whatever you need so you can walk away. And then when it hits a certain zone, you can come back to it. And that takes us to point number 2, stats over feelings. Fear is a survival instinct. That's the instinct inside of you that makes us alert. Our body is trying to trigger us and tell us that we're in danger. We need to get out or don't go in. In this case, fear of being wrong, you don't go in. You don't want to go take the initiative to take that risk. When you got to just keep it simple and take the risk. You need to remember you don't have data on your feelings. You don't have data on when you're going to fear or when you're going to get anxious. You could build data, which we're going to talk about in point number 3. But right now, you're just going off whatever you feel. And whether some trades you might take a trade and hold it, boom, good job. And the next day, you might not have even taken a trade because you were thinking about the winner. You don't want to lose again. So now you're trying to overanalyze the trade concept when it's just the same thing. Break and retest. Take your entry. Hold it, no matter win or loss. This is where it gets tricky because you have stats on your strategy, which you could just trade your strategy, but you're trading your feelings. You can't trade your feelings if you don't have any stats. This takes us into point number 3. But first, just on a psychological, philosophical level, that's not how profitable traders think. And if you want to get to that point, you need to think like that. I learned this from Mark Douglas. Build a 20 track record sheet and take 20 trades. And if you mess up and you make a emotional trade or just any type of pointless trade, you erase it and you restart. You erase it and you restart. This right here is pretty much the number one thing that built me into the profitable trader that I am today, because I constantly had to acknowledge and see myself for who I am, whether that's bad or, you know what I'm saying? Some things that come up inside of you that you don't want to, I'm not gonna say you don't want to face, but it depends on the person you are. To be honest, personally me, I was happy to see these things because I needed a change in my life. It finally showed me the problem that I wasn't seeing in other areas of life. It's the self-mastery part that's really gonna dig into your spirit and dig into your profitability. This is why you gotta choose stats over feelings. And that's why the solution is to use the Mark Douglas approach. Create that 20 trade track record and stick with it. Number 3, psychological issues. I am not your psychologist, but I am a mirror of profitability for you. So what I mean by that is I went through this. I've been through the stages. I still need to get to other stages. We all walk the same path, just at a different point in time. So with that case, I know what you felt. I know what you are feeling. When I was a kid, I had a performance threshold. Like all of us, most likely. If it wasn't 100, you can always do better. This right here is the worst mindset you can fall into, because now you think you're not good enough if you have a 90% win rate, 70% win rate, 80% win rate, 60% win rate. Any win rate, you think you're not good enough unless it's 100%. You see, if it's not 100%, then you think you need to work on something. 70% win rate, I got to work on something. I took a loss, I got to work. Why did I take a loss? Why is it not winning? What is going on? The system. That's what's going on. Life is just about uncertainties. And within trading, you don't even have to worry about it because there's really not even any uncertainties. You did the back testing, you did the work. Just trust the stats. If you know you have even a 90% win rate, even if you lose 1 time out of 10 trades, don't let that 1 time be the reason why you go on tilt now. And then the winners that you should have taken, you end up turning them into losers. Whether they went into drawdown and then you feared and you took out, but then price went back in your direction, or you were in profit and you took out earlier and then it kept going and now you're like, dang, you mad. Then you start revenge trading because now you want to like, oh, I could have got more money. And you see that you have the skill, but then now you're losing the mental skill of trading, which is your mind, your mental capital. You're spending all your capital up because you're using on one trade and using all these emotions that's bottling you up that you just pop. Now you go to the next trade and you just put in all the emotions that you felt from the other trade where you revenge or you took out early and you're like, dang, now I got to hold this trade longer. Or you're trying to wait for the perfect entry and then the entry is leaving you and then you hop in. It's just so many things into it. I'm here to tell you guys that it's not many things. It's really just one thing, and it's your mind. Once you master your mind, you master the charts. There's no way you're going to not become profitable. The solution to this is to just journal your thoughts. Journal every single reason or every single thought you had while you got out the trade, while you were holding extra longer, while you were doing whatever you're not supposed to do. Anything that goes against the system, write that down. I want to show you guys my mistake of the week and actually give you an example of how fair being wrong could hold you back and how it kind of held me back, but in a reverse manner where I think I'm too right or something, like overconfidence. So you guys can see my chart and you guys can see right here from Wednesday to Friday, I went on a little tilt. I'm not going to go through a full breakdown with you guys, but I want to show you guys an important aspect. That being said, you guys can see we have this breakout bar right here. This breakout bar is basically our sign of entry. That breakout bar takes me to the lower time frame, and you guys can see this wicks. This wicks is the pullback. That pullback is what I should have got in. I ended up not taking that trade. Me not taking this trade led to me being like, dang, like I want to win. You feel me? I want to win. I'm trying to pass this challenge because I'm trying to get out the way. And I know I can. You feel me? I know I can. I know I stick to my system. I know I can do what I've been doing before. So next day comes in, and I end up like trying to mark this up, and I see prices like it broke, and price was like up here, and I don't know why, but on the lower time frame, I got in, and I'm gonna show you guys why I got in on this lower time frame trade. I am kind of down about it. I ain't gonna lie to you guys. It's definitely like it's pointless because when I mark it like this, I can see that price never broke, but how I had it marked was like this. And it was looking to give us that retest, which it did give us the retest to the 5-minute pre-session levels. But you guys can see price really never broke because when I move it over here, that's the 5-minute pre-session level. But you guys can see this wicks right here. It never really broke. It broke one, two, not even two candles, just one candle. And that one candle break is what I tell you guys all the time to prevent losers, especially with my type of strategy. And you guys might not even trade my strategy, but if you're trading supply and demand, support, resistance, or any type of price action, you're waiting for those bounces off those levels. For me, it wasn't fear of being wrong. It was more of overconfidence. I should have had a healthy amount of fear of being wrong because then that would have led me to analyzing the trade better and then kind of being more conscious about it. I'm just letting my mind go and I'm just doing what I've been doing before, like I said. But when you have a day like this come in, you got to watch yourself. That's when journal comes in play and it helps you out because it reminds you of the same problems that you already been having, but now you see it on paper and you can catch it in real time. So that's what I didn't do. Should have did it, but I ended up doing that later, which is why right after this trade, I was immediately okay, it doesn't match my system. And I automatically looked at this trade and knew this is probably the reason why I ended up forcing this trade. So I went to US 30. So you guys can see the breakout bar. We get this breakout bar right here on US 30. Price gives us that wicks, that pullback on the lower time frame. We take the entry and we hold it. When I show you guys it on the 4-hour, it looks beautiful. And this is what I got to stick to. You know what I'm saying? I ended up, see, this is where you could recorrect real fast in the matter of like 5 minutes in real time and catch yourself. That's where you want to get to with the skill. And I'm showing you guys this to show you, even as a profitable trader, you will make mistakes.